Hey, but if I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. So I think the recording's on.
I see
Yes.
it.
Yes, we are recording. So we are recording. Yay, that's step one. Now, step two, can I get it to stream to the group? Ah! It just did something weird. Okay, so I want it to go to the group. I want to go to that group. Mix. Doing some. Says it's preparing a live stream. I think we got it.
Good.
Ah! Looky there. Sometimes I amaze even me. Maybe. Try the new design for going live. Yeah. Not now. I just want to go live. All right. I think we are live. I think we're live. So, oh wait, I think I have to click the little go live button. Hang on. Oh, okay. I have to add a title. Title. Where do I do that at? Add a title. Add a title. Title. Too many moving parts. And everybody who gets the recording is going to go through all of this because I don't know how to edit videos at all. So,
Yeah. Oh well.
Maybe someone that watches it will hit me up and go, "Hey, I can teach you how to edit videos."
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do I care? I think we're live. Let me get on my phone and see if we're live. I think we're live. Let me look. Let me look and see.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm not seeing it, but let me just check here.
Is it live? Whoops. That doesn't mean it is. Okay, what am I not doing here? It says fetching video stream. Here we go. I think we're fetching the video stream. Fetching video stream.
This is where you hope your Wi-Fi connection is good enough, huh?
Yeah, I have horrible internet. I can tell. I know that, but the price I pay for living where I do. All I have is cost. Questionable at best. Even though I pay extra for the turbo boosted whatever, it's not very turbo boosted.
Oh, yeah. We've been there and done that.
But unfortunately, they are the only game in town out here, so. When we first moved out here, I still have the great big satellite dish in my backyard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That I can't even get anybody to come and haul off now.
Yeah.
So it just sits there. I'm trying to figure out. I was actually going to try and do something like have it just cut it down or something, but then a bird started building a nest in part of it. I was like, oh, I can't make you move your nest. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm stuck with it. Okay, it says it's fetching the video stream. Okay, well, it's either going to catch up. Make this, what'd that say? It's either going to catch up or not. If it does, great. If it doesn't, it's recorded.
Yeah.
But
Well,
otherwise, we'll sit here and
yeah,
watch forever.
I'm not seeing it on my phone, but oh well. Turn phone off.
Yeah, I'm just turning the phone off. It's either there or it's not. I'm thinking, oh, wait. Connect your live stream. What now? I did that already. Go live. Okay. So choose where you want to post your broadcast on the right. Preview your broadcast with screen key or screen code. It's talking Greek to me. Preview your broadcast with a stream key or paired encoder.
Oh, good grief.
No idea what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, I'm just going what we got. We're going to go with find the passage. Go that. Go live. I thought I did all that. No, I don't want that. I thought I did all this already. Don't put the notifications in this. Yes, no. I just clicked on something. I don't know what it's doing. It's testing my network. Oh, it'll fail.
Oh no.
My plan was to get on here early enough to play with this a little bit, but of course that did not happen.
Oh.
Everybody's running late tonight, which because of that set me back. All right, we're done. I'm done messing with it. I don't understand it. I'll figure it out another day. We are just moving on and recording. So if you've followed me for any length of time, then you know that technology is not my thing. Okay. So if you've been on any of my recorded videos, especially when they include other people, then you know. Okay. This is just par for the course. So welcome to another. Tonight we have Sharon Reece, who is going to talk with me about health and wellness and the health and wellness business in this crazy age of the coronavirus. So welcome, Sharon.
Oh, thank you.
So I know a lot of people probably aren't that familiar with you because I mostly see you in my group. So for people who don't really know who you are and what you do, why don't you give us a little background on all of that?
Well, I am a grandmother in her 70s. We were missionaries in Brazil for 30 years. And after we came back to the States, basically needed to do something productive that would produce some income. And I had experience in network marketing for a long time. Not very much success, but we finally were invited by a really, really good friend to join him in a health and wellness company that we really love and we've done pretty well in. And not only on the business side, but also just in our own health. Turned me into a runner at the age of 70. So
well, that was going to actually be my very first question is, okay, so I'm 63, and that's one of the things that inspired me to connect with you was You're out there and you're 70 and you're running.
Yeah.
I didn't run a lot when I was like 30. Well, actually, in the military, I did. When I was in the military, I used to run 5 miles a day. I have not run much since I got out of the military. Um, and I blame that on my knee, which may or may not be a convenient excuse. I tore up my knee pretty bad while I was in. So I blame the fact that I don't run on my knee, which is not always entirely a fib. It can be painful. But what the heck inspired you to start running at 70? And you can't say it was all the company. I mean, I don't believe that.
No, it wasn't just the company. We have a personal family friend who did a book signing. His book is called The Running Man. His name is Orville Rogers. And at 99, he was still running competitively, and had done a lot of marathons and that sort of thing. I don't think he was anymore at that age, but that was about in February of the year that I was going to turn 70. And that kind of planted a seed. You know, I thought, man, he's 99 and running. He started when he was 50. I thought, I wonder if I could do this. You know, I'd never tried running ever before, except for a very brief little tiny bit of running I did right before we got married over 47 years ago. And I did not enjoy that experience. So I wasn't real sure what to expect, but I heard a lot about just get on the app, the Couch to 5K app, and you know, it's a piece of cake. So that's what I did. The first time it asked me to run for 1 minute without walking, I was ready to keel over and die. Truthfully, I really thought, oh my goodness, this is crazy. But I did want to prove also, not only to myself that I could do it, but prove the efficacy really of the products that we use as well. So it was double.
Well, I do think that has a lot to do with its small steps. I remember if you're in my, I don't remember if you're in my little wellness group or not, but we just did a 30-day push-up challenge. So when I started, I barely was able to crank out 10. And I mean, I was struggling to get 10. And this morning, I pumped out 56. So
Wow.
it's just, like you said, it's that minute you were going to die. But now, what do you run now? You run marathons, don't you?
I have not run a marathon yet, but I do intend to run one marathon at least before I'm done. I've done the most mileage I've done was a 25K.
Okay, that's still pretty impressive. Okay. I mean, the most I've done at any one time, I did some 5Ks, and that's about it. So
Yeah.
25K seems pretty impressive to me.
Yeah. Well, that first year when I started running, it took me from March until December to get ready to run my first 5K. And when I ran that first 5K, I had never run a 5K yet at that point. So it was very small steps, you know.
So I'm watching everybody basically sitting on their couch in front of their TV. We all know that there's this horrible pandemic out there. Whether you believe it or not, it's out there. Okay, I'm just telling you. Okay, it's not a hoax. It's not a scam. It's not a plot. It's out there and it's real. My son-in-law is stationed on the USS Theodore Roosevelt. So in case you've heard of that and you've been following that in the news, and it's a real thing. Okay, it's a real thing. So, and I'm watching all these people that are home and they're sitting on their couches. And you see all these memes about, me now, I'm, 100 pounds, and me after this quarantine, and I'm like 500 pounds. And I'm thinking there's probably a lot of truth into that, because I've noticed myself that I'm probably not eating as healthfully as I should. I had hot fudge sundaes the other day for breakfast, so I'm thinking there's probably, and I'm pretty careful about what I eat, so I'm thinking there's probably a lot more people out there like me, and yet I'm wondering why. And I said, even me, who's very careful. I had cancer quite a few years ago, and I managed to beat it. And ever since then, I've been very, very careful and very particular about my health. So even me, who's so persnickety about what I put in my body, broke down and had a hot fudge sundae the other day for breakfast. So why do you think people are suddenly, who would not normally do this kind of thing, are suddenly becoming fat couch potatoes? I'm going to call it like it is, fat couch potatoes.
Well, it's interesting you asked that, because my grandson and I were just talking about that just a few minutes ago before we started on this call. And it's just, I think a lot of it is stress eating. And, the way to get around that really is just to pick better choices. You may, I snack all day long, really. I've always been a snacker, but I choose healthy things to snack on. So I don't, my only observation really is that it's probably stress eating.
I was just curious, because I have gained 2 pounds, and as soon as I stepped on the scale this morning and saw 2 pounds, I was like, oh my God. So I added a little bit of cardio to my push-ups. I haven't been doing a lot of cardio for one reason, because it's been freaking cold and rainy here. Okay. But it's like, what else? What can you do? What can you do? But then I was coming home on the news. They did an interview on NPR about this guy that ran a marathon in his backyard. He's a runner, and he's also a teacher. So he was, in order to teach math classes online, he was looking for some real world examples of math problems they could solve. And one of them, because he was a runner, was how many laps would he have to do around his backyard to run a marathon? 623.
Wow.
So he ran 623 laps around his backyard to do his, and live streamed the whole thing to YouTube, apparently. But I'm wondering if people can be that creative, why aren't we all that creative in keeping fit and healthy during this thing?
Well, it's always a matter of motivation, I think. You make choices every day. And just as an example, when I first started running, my morning to get out of bed would be like this. Okay, it's time to get up and go run. No, you don't want to go run. Yes, I do want to go run. No, you really don't want to go run. And it'd be a battle for about, 5-10 minutes to jump out of bed and finally say, yes, I'm going to go run. So I understand it is a battle sometimes to make the choices that we know are the ones that we really want to make. And it's not easy.
But don't you think when you get there, and I've noticed, I'm just taking the push-up thing for an example, because you have no idea how much I hate push-ups, okay? I had to do them in the Navy, and I swore when I got out 20 years, I would never, ever do another push-up in my life, ever, okay? But now I'm finding, I don't hop out of bed and go, oh, I gotta do my push-ups, but I do them in the morning before my day actually starts, before I get in the shower, which sometimes can be later in the day, depending. But before I get in the shower, I have done my push-ups, and I find that I'm thinking to myself now, yeah, I've got to do them. I'm not like, oh my God, I've got to do them. It's like, hey, don't forget to do your push-ups today, because so it's like, I miss them. I can tell when I haven't done them. I feel different.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. We decided, I decided for my running, I needed to work on my core, improve my core. And so my husband and I got online, found some easy core exercises to do, because he's getting ready to do a 1,000-mile rowing trip in a boat that he is building. And he needs to have a strong core to just be able to even do that, you know. So this is how it goes usually. In the evening, I'll say, tomorrow we're doing core. And so he's, but he gets up and does core with me. And, you know, we're kind of accountability partners, and that really helps.
That's one of the benefits of having my own little fitness group, is I have a whole group full of accountability partners. So
Yeah.
that helps a lot, because yes, when I challenge them all to do something, it doesn't look good. It's like, you guys are all doing it. No, I haven't done it yet, but I will. So that helps.
Yeah.
Accountability partners helps a lot. Yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So how important is it, do you think? I mean, we're all sequestered basically, so we're not out there, but I still think it's really important to keep your body in shape, which is why I'm doing the push-ups, and I'm still keeping up with my meditation, and we do go walk whenever it's nice enough to walk, because my husband's not a runner. And I did do, I'm so proud of myself, and you were the inspiration, the 100-mile challenge.
Oh yeah, right. I saw you got that done. Yeah.
You were the inspiration for that. I was like, if she can run, I can run. So I really think it's like incredibly important to still keep your body fit and strong, even though we're all hiding away so we don't catch anything. You got to come out sometime. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, my gut feeling is it's still going to be there when we all finally emerge from our little hobbit holes. It's going to be there. It is. Just based on what things I'm reading, and I'm reading real science, not the other stuff. Okay, who shall remain nameless. I'm reading real science, and I think it's going to be there. It's going to be there for a while. So I think it's just important that we're as strong as possible when we finally emerge into the sunshine.
Oh
so,
yeah.
So what do you think? What can people do who are not inclined to exercise much at home to stay strong and healthy?
Well, there's several things that just in general, for general health. One is your water intake, and just keeping. I started. I measure out my water in the morning into a pitcher, and by the time I go to bed, that pitcher has got to be empty. So, you know, that's one of the basic things. And then we all need to get a good night of sleep. And for those who don't like exercising, at least you need to do stretches of some sort. You know, I think that just 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes of doing stretches in the morning. I have this little routine that I picked up from, he's a sports chiropractor, and I don't even know where I ran across him in the first place, but I have been doing that every single morning for the past probably 2.5 years, that little routine of stretches. And you know, like you were doing the push-ups. If you've been sitting around too long, just get down on the floor and do a couple. You know, it's like I think thinking about it is the hardest part. Thinking proactively to make a plan as to what you're going to do. And of course, you know, they're telling us get vitamin D out in the sun. So, that's another thing we can do when the sun comes out. So, and just getting all the other regular vitamins. I've heard from a number of different sources that the best multivitamin that you can get, you should be taking on a daily basis. So we don't get enough vitamins and minerals in our normal diet. So to me, that's a given. And I was an organic gardener, better than organic gardener, commercially for 7 years, before my daughter's cows got in my greenhouse and ate my garden and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, and none of that better than organic food was enough, because our lack is so great of those vitamins and minerals. It's just really important.
Well, I admit I do not get enough sleep. I try. But I just don't. I get about 6 hours, and I'm trying to get better. Six is an improvement. It is. I used to get like 5, and 6 is good. I'm working on 7. So, but I do drink water. I was never a water drinker, but then I found this purifying. The water out here tastes like it's bad. It's bad. So, but I did find a water bottle with a filter in it that makes the water palatable now. So I do drink more water, and I've been eating very healthfully for a very long time, just because cancer will do that to you. It will make you sit back and go, wow, I don't want to do that again. What can I do to not do that?
Yeah.
I'm not good with vitamins because I don't take pills. I'm really bad about remembering to take pills. We always joke that if I actually have to take pills to keep to stay alive, you might as well get the tombstone ready, because it's not going to happen. I just don't remember to take them. But I do have this wonderful green drink that has all the good stuff in it. So I do, and I do drink that religiously every morning. And that's another one of those things that if I don't, I can tell. I feel differently. So I guess that's what kind of just really boggles my mind, is when I know how much better I feel when I do this stuff, and I can actually feel in my own body when I don't walk, when I don't do the push-ups, when I don't drink the green drink, when I have hot fudge sundaes for breakfast. I can feel it. I feel sluggish. I feel tired. I feel bloated if I don't eat right. I can tell. And it just amazes me that people don't want that feeling enough all the time, I guess, to go do whatever it is you need to do.
Well, maybe some people haven't had that feeling, and they don't realize that the normal that they're feeling is not the best they could feel. I know that's the case for me. I feel decades younger now than 5 years ago, even. Just the effects of my running routine has been more than I could have ever anticipated. My cognition, my ability to just do everything that I want to do, there's just so many things that it has affected, because as you get that aerobic exercise, your brain cells reproduce faster, and it's really an amazing feeling. And I didn't know that I was missing that.
Maybe that's it, because that's kind of what started it for me. You know how I love my challenges, because I'm forever doing Facebook challenges in our little business group. I love a good challenge, and I think a challenge is a good way to try something new, because it's limited. it's a limited time span. So it's like, 5 days, 10 days, 30 days, whatever. And it's a set thing. So this is what I'm going to do for the next 5 days or the next 10 days or whatever. So I read a book last year, and she talked about how she challenged herself each month to do something new. I was like, that's a pretty good idea. So I started out this year with I was gonna challenge myself to add one new thing to my overall wellness routine every month for the next month. So I was going to add 12 new things that I knew I needed to work on. Upper body strength was one. I'm meditating. Meditating's coming up next because I know meditation's wonderful for you, but I can't sit still that long, I think. I have a problem with it, so we'll see. But that was kind of what started me, was I'm going to challenge myself to do something different every month for 30 days. 30 days is good because it takes that long to actually make it a habit, to incorporate it into your life. And 30 days is long enough for you to tell, yeah, this is really making a difference to me or not. So, and it's been working. So I started with the push-ups. And yeah, 56 push-ups later, I can tell when I don't do them. And I'm not flabby here anymore like I was. I mean, a little bit, but not like I was. Yeah. I can do this and not be embarrassed.
That's a good thing.
By summer, I might be okay wearing sleeveless shirts because normally I don't because of my arms. So this summer, I might be wearing tank tops, y'all. So stand by. But I think maybe if people would do that, just pick something that you need to add to your life to make your health better. And for 30 days, just make yourself do it. And I promise you, before the 30 days is over, it won't be, oh, I have to do this today. It'll be, yeah, I got to do this today. Don't let me forget to do that because I've got to get that into my day somehow. So I don't know, maybe, but it's working for me, folks. So 30-day challenges, just go try them.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the book I read, or I would share it with everyone because it's like I said, it was very inspiring. Sharon and her running in this book is what put me on the road to changing my health.
Oh yeah.
So apart from exercise, which we all need, the other thing I'm noticing is the food choices. Okay, like I said, hot fudge sundae. And I know I had this discussion because I belong to a group right now called the Quarantine Kitchen, where we're all a bunch of, I love to cook. I've always dreamed of one day owning my own restaurant. But there's a bunch of cooks and chefs and everybody in this group, and we're discussing how our cooking habits have changed. Because now it's not, somebody asked today in the group, do you make a list when you go shopping? And I'm like, I make one, but why? Because now it's, you take whatever's on the shelf and be damn glad you got it and go home and figure out what you can do with it.
Oh, this is true. Oh.
But I'm wondering if that's the soul, because I'm still, even when I go and there's not a whole lot on it, there's still a lot of fresh produce. The fresh produce still seems to be okay. That supply hasn't gone. The meat's beginning to come back. I'm noticing the meat shelves or the meat cases aren't quite as empty as they used to be. So still, I'm noticing more and more that the healthy stuff is there. The convenience foods are gone.
Yeah.
So,
and that's maybe not all that bad. I mean, we lived in Brazil for 30 years. There was no convenience food whatsoever. There was not even a box of cereal you could buy.
So, and I'm understanding in the very beginning, I understand no one knew. We walked into a store and there was like nothing. So yes, you grabbed every non-perishable item you could buy, and I'll admit I was, I'm stocked up. Not this time, I'm just stocked up because I'm stocked up. That's how I am. I'm stocked up because you never know. So I had a pantry full of canned everything to begin with. So and when I walked into the store and saw there was nothing there, I went home and said, okay, I'm good. Okay, I have all this stuff. So I understand when people who aren't closet preppers like me went into the store and saw, wow, there's nothing here. They grabbed all the convenience food, I'm sure, to take it home because who knows how long before we have food again. But the food's coming, okay? It's every time I go into the store, there's a little bit more than there was the last time. And yet the convenience foods are still flying off the shelf. So I'm wondering now, why are we still stockpiling on this junk? And why aren't we saying, okay, I have enough junk in my pantry. Now I need to go buy some real food and eat real food for as long as I can. And then if it gets to the point where that supply dries up, then I've got all this canned junk over here that I can survive on until, until my garden comes in this summer. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So why is that? Why are we relying on junk food?
Yeah. Well, junk food is convenient, fast, comfort food, really. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Doesn't give you any nutrition, really.
Well, it sure tasted good going down with that hot fudge on that ice cream.
Right.
But after I ate it, I felt like crap. I really did.
Yeah.
I felt miserable for the rest of the day. And every time I would just feel that bloaty feel. I'm going, oh man, I should not have eaten that. But yeah, and you were right. It was not a good couple of days. It was a bad couple of days. I was a little bit stressed. I had some things going on that were causing me a little bit of concern. And I got up that morning and went and looked in the pantry and was like, everything requires cooking. I don't want to cook. I don't feel like cooking. I don't want to mess with it. What can I have? Ice cream. I'm not quite sure how I made that leap, but ice cream sounded good at the time.
Well, I did notice you had posted that in the group, or maybe it was on your page. I don't remember.
My hot fudge sundae?
Hilarious. Yeah. It's not that we don't, when we're out and about, we went in and had an ice cream cone after we did our shopping a couple of weeks ago, just kind of to see, were they still serving ice cream? That was our excuse. But, we just don't do it often. But we do things like that occasionally. You can't go through life without any of those ice cream blowouts.
Oh, we do have to have our treats. And I will be the first one to tell everybody, don't try to give up everything. My one weakness is chocolate covered cherries. And when the first box hits the store shelves in November, I hoard. I hoard those chocolate covered cherries because the dark chocolate ones go fast. And if you don't grab them while they're out, all they'll have left is milk chocolate, not like milk chocolate. So yes, but I ration myself to one a day. All I'm allowed is one a day. So I'm okay. But yes, we all have our things that we can't do without. Mine is the chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious why people aren't, I don't know. And I wonder, sometimes I'm watching these people in this kitchen quarantine group and I'm wondering if people don't even know how to cook real food anymore.
Well, that's partly true. There are a lot of people who don't cook on a normal day-to-day basis, and I really feel sorry for them because they were just thrown into this without warning, not really knowing how to do that and how to include it in their daily routine. I've always cooked from scratch, I just because I didn't have any other option. So it was nothing different to me. People ask, what's different about your life? I'm busier during the quarantine than I was before, but it's all with stuff I want to do. It's not anything that, I'm not sitting around twiddling my thumbs by any means.
So what are some good healthy dishes that you recommend? I've posted mine whenever I find something really kind of fun and interesting. I've been posting it to share because I know some people are struggling with what can I make. So like the other day when I made that quinoa thing,
Yeah.
which was really good, by the way.
Well, one of the things I decided to start doing again is sprouting my own, making my own sprouts. And so today I had some leftover mung bean sprouts, I think they were, and I was trying to figure out what can I do with these without just throwing them in a salad, you know, wanted to do something more interesting. And I thought, aha, years ago, like many, 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 many years ago, I used to make eggs foo young out of sprouts and hamburger and eggs. And so I thought that would make a wonderful meal. So I made eggs foo young. They were absolutely delicious, and my grandson wouldn't even touch them with a 10-foot pole. He had to go make his own lunch. He is 14 after all. He's old enough he can do that if he doesn't like what grandma makes. So that was one of the things. I like to make things like if I make spaghetti sauce, I will cook regular noodles for everybody else, and I've got a spiralizer, and I use zucchini to make noodles for my husband and I. So what?
I said zoodles are the best things ever.
Yeah, they are. They're very good. Yeah, I like them better than regular noodles. One of my other standbys is just a taco salad. Love taco salad. So there's lots of stuff you can make.
I do the zucchini noodles with pesto, not spaghetti.
Oh yeah.
With pesto and mushrooms. So I saute some mushrooms and then I throw the pesto in there with the, oh my gosh, best stuff ever. Wonderful.
And mushrooms are very good for you. Really good for your immune system and your gut health and all of that. Mushrooms are fantastic.
So, okay. So, folks, it's not hard to cook. You can cook healthy without being a 4-star Michelin chef or 5-star, whatever they are. I promise it's not hard. Go. There's lots of groups out there on Facebook, Quarantine Kitchen or Kitchen Quarantine or something. Anyway, that's one of them. There's a couple others. And I will actually share the groups on my Facebook page because truthfully, a lot of people are struggling with what the heck can I eat when there's nothing in the stores, but there's things out there. There's all the produce is out there. There's beans out there. I'm sorry, somebody just pulled up in front of my house. And I live at the end of a dirt road, so that's unusual. Who are you? Why are you parked in front of my house? Excuse me 1 minute while I move the curtain. Okay. You must have been looking for the, they're turning around. Okay. That always concerns me when somebody comes down and stops in front of my house because it's like, if you come all the way down here okay, to the end of the dirt road, why? What do you want? Either you're lost or you really are looking for me and I'm not expecting you, so why are you here? And if it's either one of those things, then what are you doing on my dirt road in the middle of the night when you're not supposed to be here? Get off.
Yeah, right.
So okay, so back to what I was discussing. So yes, there's beans, and I know dried beans probably scare some people. They scare me a little bit sometimes because all I would have on my husband is they don't taste like his father's. Okay. But still, you get canned beans. There's most of the canned beans are still there. I've noticed people aren't buying canned beans.
Yeah.
So and canned beans can be good, especially if you rinse them and get all that salt that they're packed in off of them. But beans are good. There's all the produce is still there. So there's things that you can eat. A lot of the grains that nobody knows how to cook with, like the quinoa. There's lots of quinoa out there. So all the things that other people look at and go, I don't know what to do with that, grab those and then get online and go Google. That's how I found that little quinoa recipe I did. I got online and said, what can I make with quinoa?
Yep.
Besides my stuff that I know how to make that I'm tired of making. What can I do with this? So try it. You might be surprised at some of the things that you wind up eating that you're like, wow, I had no idea this stuff is pretty good.
Another thing I did today, I made beef bone broth in my fancy Instant Pot, you know. And my grandson said, "Ooh, what is that horrible smell?" I said, "Oh, that is deliciousness." Two diverging opinions here.
All right, I have to ask because I don't have one, and I know I'm always forever seeing everybody talking about it on social media. Is the Instant Pot worth it? I don't have one. Every time I go out, I think I should get one, but I haven't yet. Mostly because I have every other kitchen gadget known to man, and I'm kind of out of shelf space. So in order to get an Instant Pot, something else has to move.
Yeah, I hear you. Instapot, I resisted for a long time, and my son got me one, not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before. And I use it almost every day. I use it so much. It is so handy. One of the things we make on a regular basis is Brazilian beans and rice. So I just throw the beans in there, rinse them off, turn on the Instapot and come back and they're done. You know, it's like I can go do other things. I don't have to worry about what if they're getting overcooked or undercooked or running out of water or whatever, you know, it's just so handy.
Okay, maybe I need to invest in one because that is a discussion that we have a lot, is that my beans do not taste like his dad's. Maybe I need to get one.
Yeah.
I have that New Wave oven, which I use a lot, and then I've got the an air fryer, which I use a lot, and then I've got like a little induction cooktop with a
Oh yeah.
with a grill that goes on top. And I
Uh-huh.
use it a lot. So those are pretty much the primary things that I use. So, and then my slow cooker. I use my slow cooker a lot, but everybody's always talking to me about the Instapot.
Well, the Instapot can be, you can use it as a pressure cooker or a slow cooker. So, you know, you can basically eliminate your slow cooker, your need for a slow cooker, if you have an
That's
Instapot.
what could go to make room for the Instapot. Because I kid you not, if there's a kitchen gadget out there, I have tried it, and it's probably in my pantry. If it's something I use, it's on my counter. If it's something I've used enough that I haven't gotten rid of it, it's in the pantry. Or I have that drawer. Okay, you know that drawer? Yeah, I have that drawer. And mine is fairly scary.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
So, okay, we've talked about exercise, we've talked about food, and I know you mentioned supplements. You said vitamin D, which requires us all to get outside in the sun, which is how we should get vitamin D, not from a bottle. However, there are supplements out there we cannot get, and I don't know if it's so much, I have heard that it's because our soil is so depleted of nutrients that our food just doesn't absorb them anymore. I don't know if that's the case, or if it's just that our diet is so poor that we don't absorb them.
Well,
So
probably a combination. Yeah.
But whatever the reason, I'm a big believer in supplements. I don't, like I said, I'm real bad about remembering to take pills. It's just not something I do, especially if I have to take more than one. So I'm not real good with that, but I have liquid vitamins, I guess, for lack of a better term. It's my little green drink, and I make that every morning. and drink it while I'm, running around doing whatever. So, and that has all the good stuff in it. So
one of the other things that's very helpful, especially now for ramping up your immune system, is zinc. So if you can find a way to supplement with zinc, that's a very good idea. Also vitamin C, extra vitamin C. Minerals, goodness, minerals I think are even more important than the vitamins. And when I was doing my commercial garden, I was adding in the trace minerals to my soil in order to have food that had the trace minerals in it. But even that is not really enough. We're so depleted of minerals that our bodies don't function really very well because of that. We really need the minerals.
Okay, so if you get online and you look, you find all these articles about how taking vitamins and minerals doesn't really matter because our body doesn't digest and absorb them anyway, and all we do is pass them out. So what's the point? Do you believe that? And if so, are there some that are better than others? I drink the liquid stuff mostly because I don't know why I remember to drink that and not take the pills. I don't know. I find the taste of the green. The first time I tried it was like, oh wow, this is kind of not good. But after a while, I find I crave it in the mornings now. If I don't make it, it's like, oh, I haven't had my green drink this morning. Okay. Yeah. And I never find myself getting up and going, oh, I didn't take my pill this morning. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
well, there are definitely differences in the quality of vitamin and mineral supplements. Huge difference. When I started taking, our company has a combination pack that has several different things all included in a morning pack and an evening pack. And it wasn't one of the first things that I started using from this company, but when I added that into my routine, let me just go back here. I started falling asleep in class when I was a senior in high school. I slept through college, still made a C average by God's grace only. And I had to have a nap every single day of my life. Those vitamins, in 4 days, I no longer needed a nap and never, hardly ever take a nap anymore after a whole lifetime of napping. It was such a dramatic difference for me. It was almost unbelievable. Unless you experience it, it's hard to imagine vitamins doing that. But oh my word.
So do you think there's a difference in, like I said, some people, I know there's a lot of, and my stuff that I drink in the morning isn't so much, it's not liquid vitamins, but I've seen it's liquid drink. It's got the vitamins and stuff in it, but it's a green drink. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's live. It's live food. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think another friend of mine that drinks it calls it grass in a glass. Which is pretty much what it is. But I see all these things about liquid vitamins, which I'm sorry, I tried them one time. They are nasty. They're nasty. Okay. Not only do I not take pills, we don't take liquid vitamins either because they are nasty. But seriously, do you think liquid vitamins are so much better than other vitamins, or does it matter if you get good quality ones?
No, I think that you can get good quality either in liquid or in pill form. I've had experience with both. From another company we were involved in a long time ago, they had a liquid vitamin supplement that was really superb. also very, very good. And I gave some to a friend of mine she was complaining about how she just could barely make it through her day, and it was just dragging. She had recently gotten married, and she was worried that she wasn't giving enough attention to her husband because she just felt so horrible. I gave her a bottle of those liquid vitamins, and it transformed her life, really. It made such a remarkable difference.
Okay, so I'm just going to put it out there. You and I both we're both network marketers, and we both are in the health and wellness niche with 2 different companies. And I know your company, and I respect it. It's just not my company, okay? Which isn't to mean that if I hadn't found mine first, I might not have joined yours. Who knows? It's a good company.
Yeah.
It's good quality products. And I'm not saying mine's a whole lot better. No. I'm not saying mine's any better. It's different. It's for different people. It's for different people.
Yeah.
Like I said, mine's the green drink, which has, but one thing that I'm sure we both have in common is that we get asked all the time. Our products are probably a little more expensive, I know mine is, than going to Walmart and buying a bottle of one a day off the shelf. And everybody asks me, why should I pay X number of dollars for your product when I can go to Walmart and buy a bottle of one a day? And it's because mine are better. Mine really work. I took one a day. I never got up in the morning and said, oh, I need my vitamins, because no, I was like, oh yeah, I take my vitamins. And I didn't really notice any difference. Whereas now, if I don't have my stuff in the morning, if I do not drink my green drink, I can feel the difference. I don't have as much energy. I'm not as focused. I can feel it. And it's not psychological, whatever. It's a real feeling. Like you said, I will sit in a chair and fall asleep in the chair because I've had 6 hours of sleep. And if I drink the green drink, 6 hours,
you're good to go.
It's not enough, but I can get through. Without it, I'll be dozing in the chair by about 11 o'clock because I'm tired. So
those vitamins that come from Walmart or GNC or wherever, they're just I could go into a whole long thing about that, but I won't. I'll resist the temptation. But they really are not worth the money that you pay for them at all. If you're going to take a vitamin, it has to be high quality, and otherwise don't bother. That's my opinion.
Thank you. And for those of you who don't believe me, so I made my husband start drinking it, and he wasn't overly fond of it because liquid grass is not his thing. So he thought he was going to put a fast one over on me. He took one of the pouches with him when he went to see his cardiologist, and I went with him, and he showed it to him and told him he was drinking it and asked him what he thought, and his cardiologist said, keep drinking it.
That backfired on him, didn't it?
A little bit. So she's right. Those like I said, I took one a day, and then I tried Centrum, and I've tried all the brands out there. Never noticed a difference, and I do now. So just saying, yes, you pay a little bit more for her stuff and pay a little bit more for my stuff, but my question is, how much is your health worth?
Exactly.
I'm just asking. I read something the other day. It's what was it? Oh gosh. Not that you can't afford it. Next time you ask yourself, or next time you're saying that you can't afford to buy these, just admit the truth and say, my health is not worth that much money.
Right.
And if you can look yourself in the eye and say that and then not feel, then okay, go buy one a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, my goal, because I watched my mother and my mother-in-law go downhill with Alzheimer's, and I I am willing to pay whatever price, do whatever is necessary to maintain my health well into old age, maintain my mental ability, everything functioning, and allowing me to say what I'm going to do instead of my limitations of my body telling me what I can and can't do.
And that's kind of the same thing here. My mom had diabetes. My dad had heart problems and Alzheimer's. And that plus the cancer was kind of my inspiration. And then I look around, I'm the oldest, I'm 63. And I'm looking around at the rest of my family, and every one of them is on blood pressure meds or something. I take nothing. At 63 years old, I take nothing except my supplements.
Right.
And that's how I want it to be. I don't ever want to be to the point where I have to take a pill.
Yeah.
Just to feel normal or just to survive. If I have to do that, you might as well just, like I said, carve the tombstone, get ready, because that's not going to happen. Okay? So,
yeah.
And that's how I want it to be, and that's why I do this. So
yeah.
So we are both in the health and wellness industry. And for those that are sitting here listening to all this health stuff and going, okay, yeah, this is what I do too. Okay. I know all this stuff already, but it's pandemic. It's coronavirus. My customers have maybe lost their jobs or their hours have been cut back or what. So my business, and I know it's true for a lot of people, their business is pretty much dried up. There's a girl on my team who messaged me the other day saying she didn't know what to do because this was her only source of income right now, and business had pretty much dried up. And I'm not having that problem. Okay, I'm gonna put it right out there. I am not having that problem. My business has not dried up, and I'm watching you. And you haven't come right out and said anything, but I'm watching you, and I don't think yours has either.
No, it hasn't. Mm-mm.
So, what are you doing that they're not doing?
Well, it's possible that we've built up teams that are large enough that, you know, there are loyal people that are they're going to do this whether there's a pandemic going on or maybe because there's a pandemic going on, you know. I don't really know besides that, but we've had a lot of more business than normal because of this.
And I think that's got a little bit to do with it. And I'm not saying that my girl that's in it she's fairly new, so that's part of it. I'm sure she hasn't got a large customer base yet or a large team built. And I don't think she's marketing. I think she feels a little bit guilty asking people to spend money, to be honest. But it's like, it's your health. Okay, if you're gonna spend money on anything, you need to spend it on your health.
Yeah.
But I think part of it that makes you work, makes me work, is I'm seeing people out there, and they're playing on fear, and you can't. I just can't do that. I don't know. I can't bring myself to do that. I see these posts, and they're like, you know, you've lost your job and you don't have any money, and you know, this is how you're gonna. No, you're not. Okay, you are not gonna join my team and pay your rent next week. Okay, you're not.
That's
okay.
That's absolutely
and I
right.
will never tell you that you are. But I'm seeing this out there. It's like, wow, how can you say that? Okay. Okay. It's not gonna happen. Okay?
Right.
It's just not. It takes time. Now you might get lucky. I was in another company before this one, and this guy did this was back when people were still in the whole home party thing, and he had a home party. He invited like 32 people. He did the whole thing, had a little barbecue, gave the presentation, signed up 26 people. Okay. I've never done that. Okay. I will tell you, I have never done that. Okay. I hate home parties. Maybe it shows. I don't know. I've never signed up 20 people at one shot. Very rare for that to happen. So I won't say that never. I won't say that never will you join my team or Sharon's team and then pay your rent next week, because maybe. But more than likely, you're not gonna. Okay, it takes time. It takes time.
It does. Yeah.
The beauty of it, though, is once you get there, you're there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I wonder if that's got a little bit to do with it. Some of these people that are struggling because they're putting that out there, and I don't know. As soon as I see the post, it just repels me. So if I was looking for something, I would be like, yeah, no, because if that's what you're going to teach me, if that's what you want me to do, I can't do that, and so I don't want to be part of anything that would expect me to do that. And I don't even know if that's true. I don't know if that's something they're being taught by their team or by their company, or if it's just something that they're doing on their own. But it's instantly repellent to me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And there's, this whole idea of attracting people to you is so important, because like you said, those kind of posts are demonstrating that somebody is desperate, and nobody's ever going to join a desperate person, because you're looking for someone who is successful, confident, bold, doing what you want to do. And so that is really what you have to be, that first, in order to attract those people. It's very difficult to to even teach somebody how to do that, but your group is being very helpful, I think, in communicating those sorts of things.
And I think that's part of it also, is that I am, shall we say, persnickety. That's my favorite word. I love that word. I'm very persnickety, okay, in who I choose to work with. So I know that they teach you in most teams, like every warm body that raises their hand, you sign them up. No, okay, no. If I don't like you and I don't think I can work with you, I'm not going to put you on my team, because it's not going to work. It's not. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to be good at this. It just means that you and I together are not going to be good at this. So you need to go find somebody else. And I may refer you. I may go, wow, you and I aren't going to work well together. I can already see that, but you would be perfect for so and so.
Yeah.
So, and I think that makes a difference. Is we have very loyal people, the both of us, I know. And I think it's got a lot to do with it. It's because we're selective, and we only want the people who we know we can work with. And then once we've got them, we actually work with them. We don't just go, okay, I've got you now. Have a nice time.
Yeah.
Good for you. Next. I hate that when they teach that thing, it's a numbers game. Some will, some won't, next. No, there is no next. Okay. Once you get them, you've got to work with them and teach them and train them and grow them and help them. And if you're not willing to do that, this is not the right business for you. Or at least not on my team.
Yeah.
But I'm even kind of picky about my products and who I sell them to. I actually talk to you. I don't ever just put out the link and go, here, buy this. I always have you ask me for information, because if you're looking for something, some miraculous, like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds in 10 days, not gonna happen. Okay, I have a weight loss product. It's an amazing weight loss product. It's helped me lose 65 pounds. It didn't happen in 10 days, okay?
No, right, exactly. Yeah.
So if you're calling me up saying, I'm looking for something that's gonna make me lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, you don't want my product, then I am not even gonna talk to you about it. I'm not even gonna recommend it, because it's not gonna work. And then you're gonna be unhappy, and you're gonna badmouth my product to everybody else. And I don't want that. And more importantly, I want you to find something that's gonna actually work. So if I know I can't give you what you want, I'm not going to sell you something just so I can say, I made a sale. I won't do that. maybe that's crazy. I don't know. Maybe that's why it took me so long to get to where I'm at. But in the end, I think it's paying off because I'm
Oh yeah,
not
yeah,
struggling.
yeah, yeah.
The others are.
And it's really about how much do you care, really, about the other people. I thought it was interesting, your question about reciprocity today. You know, it's, you give first. You always give first before you can receive.
Well, I have a mentor, and that's one of her favorite sayings is that what you give away, you get to keep.
Hmm.
And that's how she explains it. What you give away, you get to keep. So yes, by giving away my time, my assistance, my knowledge, whatever,
Hmm.
I get all that back
Yeah.
and like tenfold.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big believer in the law of reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't believe it, go do something nice for someone and see if they don't feel just a little bit like they owe you now. Go do somebody a favor. I'm serious. Go do somebody a favor
Yeah.
that they haven't even asked for. And then just see if maybe just a little bit now they feel like they owe you because you've done something for them. You've given them something and
Yeah.
not asked for anything back. And that's the key. You got to not ask for anything back. You just got to put it
Right.
out there.
Yeah.
And then people, they will feel like they now owe you, and they will be more inclined to buy from you. They will be more inclined to work with you. And it's not some kind of manipulation technique, because I put stuff out there all the time and I don't know who sees my stuff all the time. I put it all over social media. So I don't know who reads it half the time
Yeah.
or who's
Exactly.
gotten anything from it. So it's not like I'm putting it out there going, okay, I want Sharon, so I'm going to put this out there. Sharon's going to sue me after this. It's not how it works. But if somebody
Right.
does read it and get something from it, then the next time I make some kind of an offer, they're more inclined to go, oh yeah, that's that gal that taught me this for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's selling something. If it's half as good as what she put out there for free, I want it. I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love reciprocity. It's a wonderful thing. Mind game.
Yeah.
Jedi mind tricks.
I don't know if I'd go so far to say that, but everybody can identify with that at least.
Well, you know I'm a nerd. I love my Star Wars. I had to get that in there somehow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what else can you tell us? What are some really good suggestions? Be they health, be they the business. What are some things that people can do to get through this crazy thing and come out the other side intact and flourishing and succeeding and growing and whatever? Because people are struggling right now. They need help.
Well, I don't really want to necessarily recommend my own book, but we are giving it away. So if any, I think it would be very encouraging to people to read that and get a perspective that they maybe hadn't thought about before. I think there's a lot to be said for this whole idea of being grateful. And your post today, you posted about how you woke up just feeling so grateful. I don't remember all that you said, but it was an awesome post. And that's the sort of thing we need to do. We need to be doing. We need to be avoiding the negativity and focusing on what's good around us. I mean, I read something today, we're hearing about all of the deaths, and in comparison, we're not hearing that 98% of the people who have gotten this coronavirus have gotten well. That's huge, you know. So it's just a matter of switching your perspective and letting yourself believe, you know, that there is a God in the universe who he knows the number of hairs in your head, and he does not, there's no way you can add a day to your life. It's all in his hands, and I don't know what else to say, Melodian. The perspective that we take on everything is so important. And if we allow a lot of that negativity in, it's kind of like that law of reciprocity. When we let too much negative in, it's the negative that's going to come out of us.
And we are by no means poo-pooing coronavirus because it's an ugly thing. And there are some people out there, my husband is one of them. His health is poor enough with his heart, and he's diabetic, and if he gets it at his age with his health, it will be bad. It will be very scary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I focus on doing everything I can to make sure that he doesn't get it.
Right.
That has become my sole function right now, is to make sure that he does not get exposed to it if at all possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like Sharon said, there's so many people out there who have had it and don't even know they've had it because it's not that bad. And there's more of them than there are the people who have died. And that's what I choose to look at, is that if I get it, there's a good chance that I'm going to be okay because I'm healthy, okay, and I make sure that I'm healthy. And if I'm not, then it's my time, okay?
Yeah.
Seriously, I believe that. If I get it, then it was my time. It was just my time, and this was how I was meant to go. And it's, you know, now that doesn't mean I'm going to go walk through a crowded bar with, you know, and be like, well, it's not my
exactly.
time,
You're still going to be sensible.
That's stupid, okay? But I'm going to take every precaution that I can, but I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to stress. And somebody asked me today, you know, well, if they open up Arkansas, are you going to go? No. Okay. If they open up Arkansas, I'm still not going to go out for dinner. I'm still not going to go to the movie theater because it's still out there. You know, I'm still not going to go get on a plane, and, you know, I'm not going to do those things because it's still out there. Okay. And I'm not going to be stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not going to focus on it either. I still go to the grocery store. And I don't, you know, I don't freak out because I go to the grocery store. I don't like home delivery because they never bring me what I want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they bring me, if I get salad or something, it expires today. It's like, how much produce do you think I could eat in one day? Okay. So, you know, milk that expires tomorrow.
Oh my
word. Yeah, I mean, seriously, there's been a few. So I don't use the home delivery or the pickup anymore because, like, I can't control what I can't control what I'm getting. I can't go pick it up for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I pick up the vegetables and I look at them to make sure I get the right one. I wash my hands when I go home. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't go, you know, I pick them up and I look at them because how else are you supposed to tell what you're getting? I'm sorry. So I don't stress over it. And so I think, you know, I think you're right. I think that all that focus on the bad and the name calling and the finger pointing and the conspiracy theories and all that stupid. All that's stupid.
Yeah.
Let's just all try to help each other get through this as best we can and help each other out. And, you know, I don't know. That's just me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the places where it's not that bad, and that's what I'm seeing, like New Zealand and a couple of the other countries that are not, you know, they all got together and said, okay, we're going to beat this thing together.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna point fingers. We're not gonna call names. We're not gonna fight with each other over stupid stuff just to prove our way and in the process hurt people. We're gonna put all of that behind us. We're going to work together. We're going to get through this as a country, as a town, as a city, as a whatever. And then once all that's over, then you can go back to doing your stupid stuff that you do all the time. I don't care. But, you know, right now, let's just get through this, okay?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, like I
So
said,
I think there's a lot to be said for, you know, looking for somebody you can do something for, send an encouraging note to, do something that will connect you in a positive way with people that you can't be connecting with, you know, personally, in person. Yeah.
I'm sending out love glasses.
Yay! Yeah.
That has become my thing. Somebody a long time ago posted, a friend of mine posted on my timeline a picture of a rabbit with these heart-shaped glasses on. And I'd had a particularly ugly day. And I actually had posted about that on Facebook. Somebody, it was my aunt had died. My aunt had died. My favorite aunt. I had just gotten the message that my aunt had died. And then somebody, for some reason, who I don't even know this person, never met them, decided to go and post on everything I was promoting that day. Scam, everywhere. And I was like, who does this? Who has nothing more to do with their time than go hunt down my post in every group that I posted in and comment scam? I was like, really? You have no more of a life than that. Okay.
Oh my word.
Boy, do
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you. So I posted that because I was just amazed. I mean, I didn't post it looking for sympathy or anything. I posted it like, really? This is your life? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine sent me this picture with the rabbit with the heart-shaped glasses, and it said on here, can't see all the haters because I got my love glasses on. Well,
yeah.
then the very next day, I opened up, and I swear we're stalked. Big Brother watches, because I got on Facebook, and there off to the side where the ads are was an ad for Facebook from Amazon for heart-shaped sunglasses. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I bought them and I put them on and I took a selfie and I put it out there and I said, you know, can't see all the haters, got my love glasses on, and it was like, boom, feedback. People were loving it. So I was like, okay, this is now my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That and the flamingos has become my thing. So now every so often it's like, okay, I'm giving away love glasses. And today was the day because there's just so much hate out there today. It was just crazy. So I was like, okay, it's time for some love glasses. People need some love glasses. So yours are in the mail.
Oh, good. Can't wait.
But there's a rule though. You got to put them on once you get them. You got to do the selfie, and you got to
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep.
But so yes, if you're feeling really, really just down in the dumps, go to Amazon and look up heart-shaped sunglasses. Okay, they're like, and then get them, and you'll be amazed. Once you put them on, you'll be like, wow, I feel so much. If they are fun, you do. Once you put them on, you're like, these are fun.
Oh, goodness.
It will totally change your attitude. Okay, so if people want your book, or they want to learn more about your company or your products or whatever you do, where can they find you?
Well, I have a blog, but it is still, this is a technology thing I'm still trying to deal with to get my domain onto the blog so that it's really mine. But the best way really is to find me on Facebook and friend me and send me a message. Sharon Reece 1. That's Reece with a C.
Okay. And anywhere else besides Facebook?
Well, I'm on Instagram as Sharon Reece 2, and I'm on Twitter as S Reece. And then my blog for right now is called nomoreexcuses.blogpost.com.
Okay, so it's Blogger. Blogger's good. Blogger's not going anywhere. I don't think it's been around for, let's see, because one of my blogs is on Blogger, 2007. Yeah. So So it's been around since at least 2007. So
Yeah, it's
so
been around a
probably for
long
a while.
time.
It's around.
Yeah.
There is a way to put your domain on there.
I know. That's the technology I'm trying to figure out. Yeah.
I've never messed with it because that, to be honest, that is one of my blogs. And I've never done anything with it because by the time I actually started building my own website and everything, it already had been out there so long, and it was so well known where it was that I hesitated to move it.
Oh yeah.
So
Right.
So I've never actually looked to see how to do that. I know it's possible, but I would say I would help you, but we know my struggles with technology, so I'm not even going to offer.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to call GoDaddy to figure that out, I think. So I just haven't done that yet.
Or call I don't know. Are you trying to actually change the domain, or are you just trying to redirect the domain to that? I know how to redirect if that's what you're looking to do.
No, I want to use my domain as the blog name.
Okay.
And take out the blog post.com.
That's beyond my skill set. Yeah, on your own, that's beyond my skill set. Sorry. So if you figure it out, let me know because I might do it with mine.
Yeah. Well, and then I rebranded myself. This is what it's going to end up being, and I just bought this domain, queenofexcuses.com.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I was. That was me. I was the queen of excuses.
How much fun that we're both in our senior years, and we suddenly decided to rebrand and start over.
Yeah.
No. What does that say? We're planning to be around for a while because
kind of crazy. Yeah. I'm planning to be around for a good while.
Well, I thank you for taking time tonight to talk to me. I know that, like I said, people out there are struggling, and I was hoping that you could share some of your wisdom, because every time I get on Facebook and I see that you've done your morning run and you've got your little hoodie on, and and I'm looking at you going, yeah, no, okay. I'll go do my push-ups in my bedroom. But I was hoping that you could maybe provide a little inspiration like you did me, and a little knowledge for those that don't really know where to even start. And I think you did that in spades. So I thank you, ma'am.
Oh, you are so welcome.
Good talking to you, and I will see you around.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Melodia. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Good night.
Bye-bye.